Yo, yo. What is up, everybody? We are back in the building. Before we get started, please let me know if my sound is okay by just putting a one in the comments. Please. Oh, shoot. I got a little. Hold on. Okay. We should be good. I don't know what's going on with that. But please let me know if my sound is okay by putting a one in the comments. While you all do that, I am going to send a message to my special sound check person, um, so that they will check my sound for me really quick. Oh, it's a one. Y'all hear me loud and clear? Everything is sounding golden. I am so glad because I have some serious uh things I want to talk about today. Hold on real quick, everyone. Just one switch second. Okay, let me know if the sound is okay. The visuals are coming through. I think I may have solved my issue with the freezing of the camera during the live streams. I had to do some updates, whatever. Shout out to my boy, Search for Uhuru. He's been cooking over on his channel lately. Me, guys, listen. Yesterday I was up at No Jumper, man. If y'all ain't seen what I did at No Jumper yesterday, go over to No Jumper. Check out that. We did the No Jumper news. It went up. It was me, P Nice, my homie from Long Beach, Gorilla Hebrew, and then something else. Then Flacco, obviously. And then after that, me and Gorilla Hebrew were able to have a conversation about Hebrew Israelites and the cult and their cult. And it was really good. It was really good. So I've been over there doing work. You feel me? Like I was able to buy all this, with the work I'm doing over at that's a joke. That's a joke, okay? Don't take that seriously. Don't run around hitting people. Brandon didn't hit the jackpot. That is not true. I still need you guys to contribute to this channel. There's a link to contribute to this channel at the top of the chat. My people who rock with me, my day ones, my kin folks. Hey, y'all have not been contributing to the stream. And it's not about money with us. Like, we got a love thing going on. We got a family thing going on, a kinfolk thing going on. But it does feel nice to know that people are appreciating your work when they contribute in the form of monetary contributions, also hitting the like button and also sharing the content. We are still building on this channel. We are also building over at the Notorious BDT channel. If you have not gone over there already, you're missing some content because I dropped some stuff over there and I'm dropping some more stuff over there tonight. Yes, Black Canadian, my brother, we are doing great over here. We're doing a lot better than you're doing over there in Canada, but it's good to have you here. I see Reezy F Baby in the building. My boy Zagalita. Everybody's here. Search for Huru, Tahuti. I see you. I see everybody who's in the building. Okay, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this situation. USAID has been investigating government spending. I mean, DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, headed by Elon Musk, has been investigating USAID, and their spending over the past decade, specifically over the last 4 years of the Biden administration. This investigation has blown the cover off of spending, how our taxpayer dollars are spent, right? That money that they take out of your check when you get FICA, NICA, and SICA, this is giving you, maybe for the first time in history, a totally transparent investigation of how your government, your elected officials are spending the money that they take out of your paycheck, telling you that they are using it for your progress and continued prosperity, right? There's a list right now talking about the things that they've spent money on. And I mean, if you're still dumb enough to still be out here trying to defend one of these parties, especially, the left, you are either like just ignorant, or you are developmentally disabled. Something is really wrong with your brain. If you can understand and comprehend the level to which these people have been exploiting the American people financially, right? If you can comprehend what's going on and you still talking about blue no matter who, you still talking about Kamala should have won, you still talking about Jesus and Joe Biden, you are out of your doggone mind. It's so bad that even the people who are traditionally left leaning, they're silent. I mean, they're not going to support the right, but they're silent. They don't even want to defend the left at this point because what they've done is just so egregious and unforgivable. $50 million to fund giving condoms to people in the Gaza Strip. $1.5 million to advance DEI in not the United States workplace, but in the workplace of Serbia. $70,000 for the production of a DEI musical in Ireland. $47,000 on a transgender opera in Colombia. $32,000 for a transgender comic in Peru. $37 million to the World Health Organization. $16 million for institutional contractors in gender development offices. $4 million of funding for the Center of Climate Positive Development. $12 million in support of services to the Bureau for Resilience, Environment, and Food Security. $6 million in non-emergency funding for redundant administrative supports for the Center of Excellence. $3 million in non-emergency funding to provide evaluation services for planning and learning programs. $600,000 to fund technical assistance for family planning in Latin America. Listen, man, understand this. We got one of these people right here. Please take off the Long Beach hat. Right. You got a lot of homosexual people in Long Beach. They come in, they mad. They don't like heterosexual anything, right? But here's the thing, man. When I heard about the way the USAID was throwing away American taxpayer money, I only had one question. I wanted to know where the people were who, when Donald Trump promised to give Black Americans $500 billion of economic investment into our economies. I was looking for the people who were saying, he's never going to get the $500 billion. Where is he going to get $500 billion from? I was looking for those folks. I was looking for the people who were saying reparations or else, right? I was looking for Yvette Carnell. I was looking for Antonio Mushmouth Moore. I was looking for Tariq Nasheed. I was looking for FBA. I was looking for ADOS. I put out an APB for the reparations con artists and their followers, because there is no way in hell anybody who is a part of the reparations movement could either, one, still be supporting Democrats after finding out all this. Yvette Carnell, Antonio Moore, remember? We gonna go vote down ballot Democrat. Y'all don't remember that? I do. I remember when Yvette Carnell tried to sign up so that she could be used as a money laundering entity for the Democratic Party. She tried to file a 501c4. She tried to register ADOS as a 501c4 where she could accept dark money on behalf of political campaigns. I remember that. I remember when Antonio Moore and Yvette Carnell said that they invited the Democrats to speak at their ADOS conference, and all the Democrats specifically said, we will not do anything specifically for Black America. And that heifer and that boy got up on that stage and told Black people, even though they said they ain't gonna do nothing for us, y'all need to still get up in that ballot box and vote Democrat down ballot. I remember that. I remember even when the Democrats spit in their face, they still was up there talking about blue no matter who. So now when I look at this situation where we're uncovering millions upon millions of dollars stolen from the American people on behalf of DEI, on behalf of illegal criminal alien migrants. Just this week, the head of FEMA was fired because she sent an illegal payment of $59 million to hotels in New York for hiring for housing illegal criminal alien migrants. And the only question that I have to ask these people who are still trying to say, see, y'all got what y'all wanted. Y'all voted for Trump. The orange man back. Look at what he's doing now. Yeah, F around and find out. All this stuff. My only question to these Black people who keep saying that is this. When are you going to go get your money? When are you going to shut the hell up trying to criticize the person who's exposing all of the theft? When are you going to shut the hell up trying to make those of us who voted for the right, who voted Republican, who voted for MAGA, when are you going to shut the hell up trying to shame us and go get your fucking money that they owe you, that they've been stealing from you for over 2 decades and beyond that? It ain't a win sitting up saying, see, I told you so. Because we're the ones saying, see, I told you so. Because if we wouldn't have done what we did, you would have never found out that they've been stealing billions from your pockets while telling you they didn't have no money to give you reparations. You see what happens when communally all you ever do is try to straddle the fence or either fall down on the side of the left every single time, no matter what? Y'all trying to call attention to us like we did something wrong. And no, it's you all who were wrong. It's you all who were voting against your own best interest, putting people in office who were stealing from you. And you knew they weren't any good. You knew they were stealing from you. You knew they were taking your money and giving it to illegal criminal alien migrants who they were using to displace you and replace you in your own community. The Bible says there's a time to get up and there's a time to lay down. There's a time to speak and there's a time to shut the fuck up. And I think this is the time for you guys. I think this is the time for you guys. Why are you still talking? Why are you still trying to find a win when you've lost so many times? Why are you still trying to come at me and those who think like me when we have proved unequivocally, undeniably that we are better judges of character than you? That's all I'm asking. You didn't do shit 4 years with Biden in office. You ain't gonna do shit now. Now you're finding out that they done dogged you out and made a hoe out you all this time. But you still trying to punch up, because we on top at this point. You still trying to punch up at Black folks who are smarter than you. Everywhere I'm looking. Can't take a loss, gotta go find something wrong with what the right is doing. Whole time, Elon Musk and Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, they just got all these receipts. They pulling out all these damn receipts. Dude, they stole y'all money and did this. They stole y'all money and gave it to Gaza for condoms. They stole y'all money and gave it to illegal criminal alien migrants. They stole your money that you could be using to take care of your family. And they gave it to a bunch of people who couldn't give a damn about you. And you so damn drunk off of your own self-righteousness that you see that they're literally showing you who your enemy is. But you still want to attack other Black people, other African Americans. I see the people who listen and follow Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed is right back to his old antics. Oh, Filipino man says this about FBA. Oh, Mexican man says this about FBA. Dude, tell us when you about to go down to the White House and sit down with Trump and demand some of that money, some of that wasteful spending be reallocated towards reparations. Because y'all know all this waste that Donald Trump and Doge is finding, Elon Musk and Doge is finding, you do know that that money is going to go somewhere else. They're not going to give it back. It's going to be allocated towards something else. Instead of sitting on the internet trying to tell people that you told them so and trying to find a way to make yourself right, even though you were horribly wrong. Why isn't ADOS and FBA and their respective leadership, why aren't they at the White House trying to secure some of that money for Black folks? This is the perfect climate to be making moves towards demanding reparations. Do you realize that when the government stole your money, when the Democrats, and there was Republicans involved in it as well, but when the career politicians and the establishment stole your money, do you realize that they committed a crime against you? You might not be able to sue for reparations in the form of cash payments for the descendants of slaves, but just as Americans, you can go sue the government and get something in return, get some kind of win off of the fact that they've been stealing your money for so many decades. You say you built this country. It's time to start operating within the parameters of this country, operating within the rules established by this country. That's why you know these people don't have true leadership, because true leaders adapt and overcome. All right, they tried to block us this way, but we need to find another way to get the same result, even if it doesn't carry the same name or if it's not under the same banner that we started this fight. That's what the politicians do. That's what the Democrats and Republicans do. If the government stop them one way, they go find another way to get the same result. That's what the ADL and the Jewish folks do. If they say no to one way, they find another way to get the same outcome or the desired outcome. Why isn't ADOS doing that? Why isn't FBA doing that? Why isn't Tariq Nasheed and Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore doing that for you? There's lawyers who are begging to sue the government on behalf of FBA and ADOS. But the con artists don't want it. They say, look, bro, we making good money sitting up on the internet lying to these fools, making them think that reparations is about to rain from the heavens like manna from the sky. And it's not happening. And in that way, the USAID investigation has exposed the con, the hoax that is the reparations movement. It's exposed it. Everybody is getting some. Everybody is getting some get back. Illegal, criminal, alien migrants who ain't invested a damn dime into this country is getting something. Y'all the fools still coming out y'all pockets, paying y'all masters, paying y'all leaders, and ain't got a damn thing to show for it. Y'all can't even get a sack lunch out of these mofos. Right? Tariq said the code was the leader, but don't nobody know what the code is. Truth over emotions, 100%. Now the Dems are scrambling for excuses so they don't look bad for voting for them, yet refuse to give Trump credit for exposing the fraud. Exactly. My grandma used to tell me, hey, man, you got to give credit where credit is due. No one's saying you got to go out and vote for Trump. No one's saying you got to support Trump. What I'm saying is damn Trump and damn Biden and damn a Democrat and damn a Republican. Why don't you go out and fight for what's rightfully yours? You have the evidence. The evidence has been laid at your feet, right? There's this thing in the Bible. There's this king. His name was Hezekiah. He was at war with the Assyrians. the Assyrians wrote all types of derogatory things down on paper, insulting the God of Hezekiah. Hezekiah took the insults. He took them to the temple and he laid them down at the foot of the altar. He said, look, God, look at how these people are insulting you. Why don't you give us the victory over these people so that we can show them how strong and how mighty you really are? In my opinion, that's the same damn thing that Elon Musk is doing. Y'all say we the gods, we the kings and the queens. Well, Elon Musk has laid at your feet how they've been spitting in your damn face for over 2 decades. How they've been stealing up out your pocket and giving the money to people who don't even live in this country or invest in it. And believe me, they're not just giving it to them. They're taking a nice cut off of the top. You have all the evidence you need to rip yourself away from the Democrat Party. But instead of doing what's logical, instead of doing the smart thing, the logical thing, what do black folks do? Black folk find and look for and find an excuse to continue getting taken advantage of. This is why those with intelligence among us say black people don't want to end oppression. Being oppressed is who we are. So much so that if you give us the tools to to get up from under oppression, we will fight you. We will kick off our fucking sandals and start windmilling on your ass like we fighting in the projects. Yusuf, don't let the door hit you. We will fight you for exposing the true source of our oppression and showing us how we can fight against it and get from under it. Oppression has become who we are. It's a part of who we are. We wouldn't even feel like we's black if we wasn't oppressed by somebody. I'm looking at what's going on and I'm excited. I'm like a kid on Christmas morning, right? Johnny Appleseed, it's at the top. You got to donate through Cash App or PayPal. It's at the top. The link is at the top of the chat. I'm like a kid on freaking Christmas looking at all this. And I'm like, finally, just what my people needed to see, that the Democrat Party, Malcolm X told us about the Democrats. It's so bad that even black celebrities are telling us about how the Democrats been taking advantage of us and how they're still taking advantage of us. Regular laymen like me have been coming out. Even comedians, people like Charleston White, people like Cat Williams, telling you how the Democrat Party been taking advantage of black people for the past damn near 150 years. Now we got the internet, and the internet is like, before it was hearsay. This person said, that person said, but you didn't know it was true. The internet is literally showing you, it's putting it in front, it's putting the proof in front of your eye sockets, in front of your eyeballs. And we still refuse to stand up against these folks and say, look, we're not supporting you anymore. We're not supporting you unless we get something specific out of you. Please, can anyone name one thing that Kamala Harris says she would do specifically for African Americans if she got elected? Of course you can't, because she said out of her own mouth, will I do anything specifically for black people? No! And black women went out and voted for this heifer at 92%. Black men went out and voted for this heifer at 80%. How does that even work? How does that even work? How do you go outside and vote for somebody who told you to your face, I'm not gonna do a damn thing for you, period, hard stop, and y'all still running out voting for this lady at almost 100%. Even the Mexicans understood, damn, man, like, I know some of us gonna vote for her, but there's enough of us with common sense to know that this ain't it. They saved you. Do you realize that Hispanic people saved you? Do you realize that Hispanic people and white independents saved black people in this country? Because they had the guts and the understanding and wisdom to do what you refuse to do. Think. Look at the evidence. Weigh the risk with the reward and make a decision based on logic and rational thinking. We still running around operating purely on emotions. We still running around making decisions, making self-destructive decisions, and hoping other groups come and use common sense and logical thinking to save us from ourselves. That's real. That's real. Kwanzaa greens for Doug M. That's real. And I know y'all don't like to hear it. I know our people don't like to hear that. But we need to hear it. It's not about what you want. At this point, it's about what you need. Because this last election showed me, if you leave it up to black folks to save themselves, we are doomed. We are 100% doomed. Michael Phillips, the defense budget needs to be cut. Right, Michael? So we can get our asses whooped by China and black people going to be the number one group getting re-enslaved. Right, Michael? That makes a lot of sense. Damn the defense budget. Increase the defense budget. Let me get some of that money that they've been stealing, giving to other countries, lying and saying they haven't. Let me get some of that $60 million that they didn't send to hotels in New York to house illegal immigrants when they was lying, saying they wasn't doing that. Everybody wants to look at the defense budget, this budget, that budget. Bro, we are paying the highest taxes in the world. Yet we can't get a damn thing we want. At least the Republicans say, look, man, cut taxes. Don't tax me no more. Trump came, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. They're putting that through right now. They're trying to put that through right now. Trump was cutting your tax. He came at you like, look, I'm going to cut your taxes. Y'all like, nah, keep taxing us. Let's vote for the people who want to raise our taxes, right? And then steal our taxes. Why do you think they keep talking about raising taxes? Because the more they raise taxes, the more they can steal, duh. And y'all think these people are inherently virtuous. Well, Trump is going to make Gaza. I don't give a damn about Gaza. Where's my 60 million coins at that y'all didn't stole and gave to the Hyatt, in the Regency, in the Renaissance, in the Westin? Michael Phillips said $200,000 for a freaking toilet seat. Tendaji, keep in mind that 60 million was only for 1 week. Exactly. But what I'm really keeping in mind is that these people lied. They lied and told us that they were not doing that. The Democrats lied. Joe Biden's administration lied. FEMA under Joe Biden lied and said, we are not sending payments to these sanctuary cities to help them house illegal immigrants. Bro, the Democrat Party told you, basically, they showed you, look, man, black folks, while y'all voting for us, we are working hard as hell to replace you. Who was letting the immigrants into the cities, into your neighborhoods? That wasn't Republicans. That wasn't the orange man who's so bad. That was the Democrats that you just voted for at 92%. Let this sink in for a minute, and I want y'all to stay with me. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden urged illegal criminal alien migrants to surge the border. Kamala Harris refused. Kamala Harris refused to do her job as the border czar and go down to the border and get that situation under control. Joe Biden sued the state of Texas for keeping illegal aliens from coming across their border. Joe Biden sued the state of Texas for putting obstructions in the Rio Grande River that made it hard for illegal aliens to come across the river into the country. They sued these states to let illegals come in, right? Black people everywhere was going to their city council meetings in New York and Chicago. These are liberal places. They was at their city council meetings crying, tears, real tears, about how they were being negatively impacted by the influx of criminal alien migrants into the United States. People who Black people have traditionally supported in large numbers, Bill Clinton talked about the negative impact that illegal criminal alien migrants coming into this country had on Black communities. Follow him up with Barack Obama, who emphasized the negative impact that allowing illegal immigration had on Black communities, right? So the same Black people who are disproportionately affected by illegal immigration voted for the very woman who facilitated the mass influx, at a minimum 10 million criminal alien migrants in a year. She facilitated those people coming across the border, being forced into Black communities and displacing us. We voted for that lady at 92%. Let that sink in. You know illegal immigration hurts you. You know when you go up to the job and it's a bunch of people that don't look like you, they're going to plot on you and get your butt fired, and you ain't going to have nowhere to work. You know that. You know that they come in, undercut you, work for less. Now you can't get employment in your own city. You know that. We all know that. We all understand that, right? Why did we vote for the woman who literally not only perpetuated it, but she facilitated? Why did we vote for this lady at 92%? These are the questions that nobody wants to answer. These are the questions that you can't even ask. This woman allowed Trende Agua to come into America. They taking over apartment buildings. I saw a video where they jumped a Black dude trying to steal his damn bike. They out here attacking and robbing Black folks. And y'all went and voted for the people who made that possible by 92%. We know why you don't like us. We know why you're constantly trying to shut us down. We know why you don't want to have this conversation. Because if you have this conversation honestly, you will expose how ignorant and how dumb you really are, how self-destructive you really are. And I'm telling you, when I tell you that there's people among us, y'all, and y'all might not want to believe this, but there are Black people among us who would rather see all Black people perish from the face of North America before they admit that they're wrong. Some of us just have a kamikaze mindset. We going down. We don't want shit. Our life sucks. So we just trying to take out as many people as we can along with us. There are Black folks who have that mindset. And they go in the voting booth. Some of them don't even know they have that mindset. Some of them are already so damn deeply programmed that they don't even realize that they're operating against their own best interest. Dr. Amos Wilson taught about this. This is why, let me tell you something. Dr. Amos Wilson was a prominent Pan-African, right? Dr. Amos Wilson went in depth and taught us about how some Black folks have a latent possession, right? Right? How some Black folks are possessed by a European spirit. So much so that they behave in a way that is self-destructive to them, but enriches other groups that are intent on replacing them, are intent on getting rid of them. Do you understand that is why Tariq Nasheed has to turn you against Pan-Africanism? Do you understand that is why Yvette Carnell has to turn you against Pan-Africanism? Do you understand that is why some of these Hebrew Israelite camps have to turn you against Pan-Africanism? Do you understand that's why? Y'all never wonder, why do they go after Pan-Africans when Pan-Africans ain't never done nothing to them? We ain't fighting them for reparations. We're not going against them, challenging them, and keeping them from getting anything. They're not even nowhere in an area where they could get what they want. Why do you think they have to try to attack and destroy us first? Because we are the ones with the knowledge to help you understand why Black people are in the North American theater operating based on pure self-destructive decision-making and thinking. There are those among us literally destroying ourselves like dope fiends, right? And don't even know why. Don't even understand that they possessed by a European demon that is invoking them to make the decisions that they're making. You just found out that somebody then took your money, right? You ever heard the term, I'm gonna beat him like he stole something? Well, the Democrats stole something. And there was Republicans involved too, right? Why you ain't beating them like they stole something? Why you out here marching to protect people who are illegal in this country, who came over here illegally, but you not marching on Washington right now to demand that the government give you some of that money back that they stole from your pocket? You taxpayers, you built this damn country. A great injustice has been committed, and you've been screaming about one of the injustices that was committed for the past 5 to 6 years. But guess what? It don't matter what the injustice was. What matters is the results. And now you got something that you can hang your hat on. Why aren't your leaders leading you down to Washington? Right now is the time for Farrakhan to do another Million Man March. Right now is the time for Tariq Nasheed to do another FBA rally in Washington. Hey man, y'all done found a lot of government waste. Y'all done found pure theft. We want those people who stole it in jail, and we want our cut. Now you can scream, cut the check. But the reality is they never really wanted a check, y'all. That's the sad part. That's the part where all this falls to pieces. They never really wanted a check. And I said this a long time ago. FBA and ADOS was not formed to get reparations. FBA and ADOS was formed to gain acceptance of white supremacy by attacking and punching down on other Black people from different geographical locations. That is all it was about. Because if the motive was to get that paper, I'm talking about right now, you got all the ammunition you need. But now that they finding out, damn, they've been stealing from us. They not doing it. You don't hear a peep out of these people. You don't hear nothing. If it was all about cut the check and give us some money, dude, you got a whole check waiting on you. You're not even about to show up to go get it. Why? Because FBA and ADOS was never about reparations. For the people who lead the cults in the so-called movements, they were there to get money from the gullible followers. They got that. Tariq then bought rental properties and everything else with y'all money that y'all done donated him in the excess of $3 million. Yvette Carnell, I don't know what she does with her money because she doesn't flash it like Tariq. She doesn't make it public like Tariq does, but I'm sure she's made at least a couple of $1 million off you gullible idiots. Still waiting for her to open up the ADOS chapters all over the country. Please, where are they at? Where are the chapters? There ain't no chapters, fool. All that money y'all sending, that's going right in her pocket. Right in the pocket of that damn chopper suit. They've had their payment. They've received their reward. And now they're just like, hey, if they're stupid enough, if they're dumb enough to keep sending us money, well then hell, we just gonna keep on taking it. That's all they're doing. And y'all still sending money. Tariq talking about another documentary. Okay. But y'all money sitting over there in Washington that these people didn't stole. Now Trump, he's going to look like, okay, we done found all this wasteful spending. Cool. Where are we going to send this money now? Now that we done stopped the money from being wasted, we got all this excess revenue. Where are we going to send it? You so dumb, you're not even going to line up to go get yours. Chris, rent for 33,000 empty buildings with the utility zone. Come on, man. 100%. The waste was egregious. And y'all sitting up talking about some damn cut the check. Y'all don't want no damn check. If y'all wanted a check, y'all would be all over this scandal. And at that White House, we would be lining black lawyers up to sue the United States government right now to get our damn money back. And I don't think there's a group in America who wouldn't support you. I don't think there is a group in America that would not support you suing the U.S. government to get back the money that they done stole and misappropriated and misallocated to all these different BS programs. I don't think there is. But will you do it? Probably not. No, you won't do it. You won't do it. What you'll do is later on, you'll come through and you'll use this as another way of bellying. Oh, they stole from us. They stole from us. Right? It's like, dude, come on, man. At what point are you going to get up and do something about it? Because if you keep letting them steal and you keep supporting them, you're saying that you want these people to do that. You're saying that you want these people to steal from you. It's so bad. You got people online, black folks. You have black folks online defending the Democrat Party. You got people like Jasmine Crockett. She's getting on national television defending the theft of the Democrat Party. You know who put her in office? You know who put her in office? Black people did. And she's literally up there. She's literally up there telling you, screw the fact that don't worry. Don't worry about the fact that these people was stealing from. Don't even worry about that. What you need to be focused on is Donald Trump. They can't even tell you. They can't even tell you what you need to be focused on. Let's just focus on hating on Donald Trump. Bro, y'all been doing that for 4 years. Where's that getting us? I'm sorry. Where's that getting us? Y'all been talking shit about Donald Trump for the past 4 years, and it ain't worked yet. The guy won in a landslide. You know what that means? There's nothing you can say about him that's going to keep people from voting for him. Let's play this to show you what black elected leadership has chosen to do in response to finding out that these government agencies have stolen billions of dollars from us, right? And given it to illegal criminal alien migrants. Let me show you what your elected officials, you vote for them because they's black, right? I get that. I understand that. Let's show you what your black elected leadership has chosen to do in response. Are they pissed off? Are they fighting mad? Are they up in the Congress beating on the table and stomping their foot saying, hell no, y'all stole from black people. Y'all need to give black people their money back. You know black people ain't got no money. That's what Yvette Carnell say, right? So that means our black elected officials should be more pissed off than any other elected official. Because they know that the money that they stole from black people could have been used by those black people to help move themselves forward. But let's see what they're doing.
Protesting against Elon Musk and Doge.
Are you ready to push back against Elon Musk's unconstitutional unlawful? Are you ready to protect and respect the right to collectively bargain? What an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you. Let me first just thank President Kelly, so appreciative of his leadership and his partnership, his strength, and his resilience for such a time as this. After he finished his remarks, I was tempted to get up here and say, let the church say amen. Because he's brought a word on today. We are standing in solidarity with each and every one of you during this incredibly fragile time. I wanted to make sure I crossed the street to make it clear that the attack on you, the attack on the civil service is unacceptable, unconscionable, un-American, and we are going to stand with you until each and every one of those unlawful executive orders are fully and completely reversed, buried in the ground, never to rise again.
Yeah.
So basically, Hakeem Jeffries, he's a black man. He got on stage and said, we need to stop Elon Musk from investigating all of the theft that's going on. We need to stop Elon Musk. This is what black folks need to do. We need to stop Elon Musk from exposing how these folks been stealing our money for decades, giving it to certain programs and to certain people, and even in different countries, all in the name of receiving kickbacks in return. We need to stop that. Stop that. So just imagine if someone was stealing from you, right? Imagine if someone was stealing from you and you called the police and that person got arrested. That person went to jail and that person pled not guilty and they put that person on trial. Imagine your own damn brother coming into court and testifying on behalf of the person who was stealing from you. They're not saying that the person wasn't stealing. They're not saying that the person didn't take your damn money. What they're saying is you guys just need to stop this trial right now because it's not right for you guys to be putting this person on trial, whether he was stealing or not. You would look at your brother like, what the hell is wrong with you? This person is stealing from me. And me and you is kinfolk, so that's like he's stealing from us. But nah, I keep telling y'all, these people don't give a damn about black people. They say they care about black people. Your cousin and your mama and your uncle and your sister who want to borrow $40 from you every month to pay their fucking phone bill, they gonna say they love you. But when it comes time to hold accountable the people who've been stealing from you, they gonna tell you that you a coon and you this and you that and you ain't no good and you a MAGA and you this and that because you want to hold somebody accountable who's been taking from you. They still go out and vote for people like Hakeem Jeffries and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, who sit up and steal from the American taxpayers for their own personal gain and their own benefit. You can't make this stuff up. And this is why when you try to have a conversation with these people, they never want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about this. Of course you don't. Because you don't want to talk about anything that exposes your self-hate. You don't want to talk about anything that exposes the disdain that you have for other black people who look like you. You don't want anything, you don't want to talk about anything that exposes the fact that in service of your white overlord, you will sacrifice anything to gain the acceptance of white folks. Guys, these people are literally sacrificing their own children to this satanic liberal machine. Bro, you got these, bro, like, let this shit sink in for a second. These people were willing to allow their daughters, right? These people were willing to allow their daughters to go into bathrooms with mentally ill men dressed like women. Also, they could keep Donald Trump out of office. They were willing to allow a group of people to create an environment where your kid can run away from your house. Your kid can go to school. Tell the teacher, I don't feel like a boy today. Your teacher can call it government, the state. They can abduct your damn kid. Take your kid to California or one of these crazy ass lunatic liberal states. Get your child a sex change operation without your consent. And drop your kid back off to you and say, if you don't get this kid gender affirming care, we're putting you in prison. You had black people that were willing to allow that to happen, all in the name of the orange man bad. Guys, I'm telling you, we're at the point already where we're going to have to accept the fact that everybody ain't going to make it. We're going to have to accept that probably the greatest enemy and the threat to us and our prosperity as a people are people who look just like us. And we're going to have to accept that the weak outnumber the strong because they voted for this shit at 92%. That means 92% of voting women in America was like, you know what? As much as we screaming about women's rights, we're totally willing to allow our black daughters and sisters and mothers to get taken advantage of and exploited just so we could say we got a black woman in the White House. 80% of voting men said the same thing. So with men, voting men, that left 20%. That's sticking to what's right. With women, that only left 8%. Guys, at what point do we understand, dude, the enemy is already inside the damn gate? A house divided among itself cannot stand. So maybe we need to move out and build us a new house. And that's the Pan-Africanism of the whole thing. That's why they got to get you to reject and hate Pan-Africanism. They need to make you hate Pan-Africanism so you'll be dumb like FBA and ADOS. We gonna stay and fight so they damn bastards to have somebody to rob and exploit and take advantage of in the next 20 years. Because if we get up and get the fuck out of here, or at least separate from these people economically and communally, they're not gonna have anybody to take advantage of. They're gonna be forced to do what they've been doing, take advantage of each other. And I'm okay with that. I'm not about to teach my daughter, yeah, you got to live in the hood so you can show that you down with black folk. Girl, get as far away from these Negroes as possible. Understand that. Understand that. T. Jones, I'm sure you were one of them. Yeah, Chris Hembaugh, 100%. My stepdaughter tried to say she was pansexual. She got mad when I hid all the cookware. Right, just crazy stuff. But your community is supposed to be like a safe haven for you. Your community is supposed to be a place where you can go and feel safe, like I'm insulated from the bullshit. Mexicans got that. Asians got that. The Indians got that. Why do you think they're thriving in America? Because they're not getting caught up in, they're not out in the weeds with the bull crap. They're like, yeah, that's what they do over here, but that's not what we do. Only black folks trying to get acceptance, trying to be accepted by everybody. We willing to entertain any form of stupidity out there. All in the name of maybe they'll accept us if we accept the stupid shit. It's like they're never going to accept you. They're never going to accept you because guess what they do? They use these things to see who's dumb enough to fall for it. That's it. They use these things to see who is dumb enough to fall for it. And when it's no longer politically advantageous, guess what they do? They just go ahead and go back to what they was doing before. They go right back to what they was doing before. And you're seeing that right now. So all the people who jumped on this damn bandwagon with the crazy stuff, oh, the transgender, all this stuff, now they're fighting for their survival because they don't want to be forced to accept, like, damn, I got taken for a ride for the past 10 years. Now when Trump come in and he gets rid of all of Biden's executive orders, and now he's putting his executive orders, they're having to face reality. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that the whole America wasn't all about this? You mean to tell me that I was just in an echo chamber and somebody was just telling me what I wanted to hear, so I would go out and vote for them and not complain when they steal my money and give it to all these and basically pilfer it and get launder it? Now they're being forced to realize that. And that's not an easy pill to swallow. That's not something that's easy to come to terms with. So they're going to fight tooth and nail and act like they're fighting for a righteous cause. The reality is they know they're not. They know they're not. Your grandma got to look you in the eye when you break it down and say, do you realize that if you got your way, this is what would have happened? I don't want to talk about it. That's what they say. That's what they say. I don't want to talk about it. But it's like, no, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it so when the next iteration of this crap comes around, you don't fall for it again. See, they all just got caught up in the hype. And what Donald Trump is really he's just a reality check for these people. And they don't like that. They do not like that. They hate that 100%. They hate it. Why? Because they were so sure that the positions that they had arrived at, they were so sure that the destination that they had arrived at in their own, that in their mind, they were so sure that they had reached that point on their own. But now they're realizing, nah, I didn't reach this place on my own. Somebody manipulated me. And nobody wants to admit that they got manipulated. Nobody likes to admit stuff like that. People don't want to admit that they got hoodwinked and bamboozled. People like to feel like they're smart. But now you're being forced to realize that you're dumb. And when people are living in delusion, they like to be able to force people to play along with them, right? But now Donald Trump and all these other people are forcing them to realize, hey, nobody actually supports you in that. You can't force nobody to call you a man when you a woman or vice versa. Now, because there's somebody standing up for everyone else's rights, these people are mad. Some people are totally okay with violating other people's rights in the name of their preferences, right? Yeah, and I know Trump's not going to save me. You would be a damn fool if you think any politician is going to save you. But what I know for a fact, Democrats are standing in the way of me saving myself more than Republicans are. I'll fight the Republicans just like I fight the Democrats if they stand in my way. Trump created a situation that caused the cost of these plane tickets to Africa to go up. I'm going to be going at his ass. But under Trump, I was flying to Africa round trip for $650 round trip. Under Biden, it's $1,400 now. Yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm mad as hell, and I'm going to let somebody know. I'm mad as hell, and I'm going to let somebody freaking know about it. End of the day, I don't give a damn who gets mad. If you mad, that's your problem. Yeah, Ben Bay, you don't have to be a Democrat. And I'm not encouraging anybody to be in one party or the other one. Hey, if you don't want to be in a party, that's fine with me. But I'm asking you, what are you doing? What are you doing other than just saying, I ain't in no party? Okay, what are you doing? Because the people in the party and the people who support the party, most of those people are moving forward. They got some type of agenda. I'm not asking black people to join Democrat or Republican. What I'm asking black people is, okay, what are you doing other than sitting up screaming that you ain't in no political party? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And usually people don't have an answer for that. Usually people are like, you know what? I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing nothing. And that's not okay. That to me, that's not a satisfactory answer. I mean, where we are in the stream of times, you got to have something going on. Hold on, guys. I think I didn't hit my camera. You got to have something going on. And if you have nothing going on, shut up and get the hell out of the way. You know what I don't like? I don't like how people can have no plan and no idea where they're going, but they'll jump on the internet and try to argue with folks who are focused. They're like people who do want to do something with their life, people who do have a plan for the future, they'll get up here and argue with you all damn day. And then you say, okay, well, what's your solution? What are you trying to do? Oh, nothing, man. I'm just saying. Only in the Black community do we give platform to people like this. Only in our community do we give platform to people like this. Real talk. But if you say, hey, I'm not going to listen to you. Oh, well, he do got a point, though. What's his point? Water is wet? Okay, cool. He has a point. Bimbe, you asking for the link, but at the same time, you up here screaming about you retired. I don't give a damn about you being retired. What does that mean? You ain't retired till you dead. Oh, you retired because the white man said, oh, Negro, you worked for 60 years. Guess you can go ahead and quit now. You sound dumb. I gave you the link. Michelle M., my sister, what up?
Hello. Happy Valentine's Day in advance.
Happy Valentine's Day. Michelle about to get her freak on.
I don't know. Where's Hustle Smart? I haven't seen or heard from him in a minute.
Hustle Smart, he don't even watch my channel no more, man. He don't like.
Are y'all beefing?
No, I don't got no beef with that dude.
I was asking. Just like you don't like. I mean, I know people take time off, but you guys usually reconnect.
People find channels that they like to be on more, and that's okay.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. Oh, I mean, back to the story. Get on. You're gonna have a Valentine's special.
Listen, man, I was on No Jumper, man. I don't care.
When were you on No Jumper?
Yesterday.
When is it going to be posted?
It's already posted.
Okay. I'll put it in the link so everybody can see it. So, you know.
They can go to No Jumper and freaking click on it. Why I got to babysit them?
Babysit them? That's supposed to be promoting you.
It is promoting me. That's why I told them about it. Man, listen, man.
Oh, yeah, but you said you're going to, I mean, I don't want to get us too far. You said you're going to have another channel where we can just, party and BS.
Party and BS. I don't remember using the words party and BS now.
But, along those lines where we can just have chats as opposed to you have your news channel and then you have the gossip channel.
This is that channel, the gossip channel.
But it's not a gossip topic.
This is a gossip topic. Tell me why your daddy, Tariq Nasheed, ain't taking black people to the White House to demand some of that money that Doge didn't found.
Well, he's fighting off agents.
He's fighting off agents. What agents? Come on, Michelle. What agents?
The agents that call on his show.
The agents? You mean the hired actors that he pays to call into his show?
How do you know they're hired actors?
Bro, nobody can consistently produce that many stupid people, bro. Those people are actors.
Are you sure? Because it'd be so funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so funny that it's like these people clearly are like skilled at this type of shit.
I mean, I can't.
They stay in character so well too.
I mean, the conversation is just like, oh my gosh, people really take the time and call up with,
bro. It'd be like it's like if I ask for someone to come on my show and say the perfect stuff for me to like use as a springboard to launch into like certain points. That's what Tariq does. Like, bro, these people, this dumb shit they say is just too perfect. It's like they're playing slow pitch baseball or something. Yeah. I kid you not. It's like they're playing slow pitch baseball. How perfectly these questions are asked.
And then he got the memes for it. It'd be so funny to me. I'm like, damn, Tariq got the new AI for everything.
Bro, yeah, it's crazy. It's freaking nuts.
But did you talk about our girl Ayana? She also had a reparation HR 40. I put it in the link.
Ayana is a whole mess, bro. Ayana is a whole mess. I'm going to show you what she said.
I'm upset with her because she's not being strategic about this. Now she wants to do HR 40?
No. Listen to what she said. Ayana basically admitted that these folks are trying to censor the American people so that they could exploit us. I don't know if you've seen this one. I'm gonna show it to you. Listen to this, man. Listen to what this Ayanna Pressley. Listen to what she said. Listen to what she said.
Tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress. But they are not serious. Look, let me tell you something. I'll take a bit of umbrage here. I'll speak on behalf of my colleagues. I think I can say we are all willing to work with anyone who's serious about doing the work of censoring the American people and advancing progress.
Doing the work.
In what context was she talking about this? I'm sorry.
There's only one context. Censoring the American people. Do you know what the word censoring means?
Yes, that means like block, stop.
Well, right. So censoring the American people, in what context can that be positive?
Now, I'm not saying in what context, I'm not saying it should be positive, but I wish you could explain more on what
the context doesn't even matter. Why would you, I'm saying to you, Michelle, in what way, in what context can censorship of the American people be positive?
Well, that's not what America stands for, is censorship. So that is even a
but
topic.
Even if the American people are on your side, why would you want to censor them?
I don't want to censor anybody.
Right. So when she says that, she basically said the quiet part out loud. She said the shit that she wasn't supposed to say because she's dumb. But when I'm saying, but
was she put up to this? That's another thing.
It doesn't matter whether she was put up to it or not. She is exposing the plan. Mm-hmm. She's exposing the plan. We want to silence the American people, which is what they do on all these social media sites and all this mess, right? I was at No Jumper yesterday. Do you know the rep of No Jumper called while I was on the show live and was like, hey, you need to tell the guy in the black to stop saying the word pedophile. So I can't say pedophile?
Why can't you say pedophile?
I don't know.
Is it an age group there?
Bro, No Jumper is marketed to people 18 and older. They don't make content for children.
So then what's the issue? Why
can't you say the word PDF file?
I don't know why. Well, you should be able to.
So why did their YouTube rep call in real time?
Because maybe they know YouTube will censor it.
Whatever way but what I'm saying is why? You click the button, this is not made for children. Mm-hmm. If we're talking about PDF files, whoa, shouldn't we be able to say that?
You should, yes.
They're hurting children. We're speaking and advocating for children who are victims of these people. Don't say it. That's the soft censorship. And it's not going to be lessened. It's going to grow the more we entertain this stuff.
Okay. And the issue I have with not using the word pedophile is because it is a soft way of introducing men, loving children, and all that crazy nonsense.
Right. 100%.
So that therefore, and my issue with the Democratic Party, as I've seen over the past few years, they're very liberal with the rabbit hole of homosexuality. It's one thing when two consenting adults of the same gender are together, but now you want to introduce all this other stuff. So that's where I have the issue with.
It's so bad that even the homosexual people are like, bro, we don't even want that stuff attached to what we got going on. Mm-hmm. They're mad because, there's people who are homosexual who are just, whatever. They work and they trying to build a life with their lover or their mate or whatever, and they're not into all that. But imagine just getting your stuff lumped in with that to where whenever somebody thinks about that, they think about you. I see where they're coming from. Hey guys, we're gonna let Benjamin speak, but before we do, let me thank the people who contributed to the stream. Shout out to my boy Hakeem for the $20 holler in the Cash App. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to my boy Gito, Agriculture Concepts for the $5 holler. And shout out to my boy JP from the LB for the $5 holler in the Cash App. Guys, feel free to contribute to the stream. The links to contribute through Cash App and PayPal are pinned at the top of the chat. I am also putting them in the chat right now. I need you guys' money so I can continue to live a life of luxury. I got bills. My bills have quadrupled at this point because I decided to move, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. And I got tired of being broke. I got tired of living next to broke white people. Now I live next to more affluent white people. And I'm loving every minute of that. And that's only possible because of all of you. So keep contributing to the stream. I love you so much. And y'all come back now. You hear? Go ahead, Ben Benjamin. How's it going?
All right, how's it going, bro?
It's going all right.
Okay, so what you're standing on and what you're professing to the world from your platform. What you take? What is it you take issue with?
I'm professing to the world that African Americans need to stop operating on this like everybody who's black in America is all fighting for the same thing, and we got this unified struggle, and we need to come up together, and we gonna conquer the world. That's over. I'm telling people, open your damn eyes up. There's a large number, probably the majority of black people in America, who will quickly sell your ass up the river. Not only sell you up the river, sell your children up the river to all types of perversion and debauchery, all in the name of gaining white acceptance, the acceptance of the descendants of their former slave masters. And we need to get with people who are like-minded under the banner of Pan-Africanism, and we need to start building our inroads in Africa. We need to start investing in our motherland. Not saying all of them are on our side, but there's probably more people in Africa who agree and identify with what we represent than there are in America, and we need to acknowledge that, and we need to capitalize on that. We need to take advantage.
So when you say we, are you talking about black people in general? Are you talking about FBAs? Or you talking about Pan-Africanists? Or what are you when you say us? Are you saying Pan-African?
I'm talking about people with common sense.
No, you just mentioned Pan-Africanism because
yes,
I want to I like to understand clearly who I'm talking to, because I go on some of these panels and everybody seems to be an expert in things that they've read about but nothing they lived through. So that's the reason why I asked the question. I'm almost in my 70s. So everything that most of these people be on these panels talking about Pan-Africanism and FBA, that's something new that just came out of the ether.
Pan-Africanism and FBA is not nothing new. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, no, again, FBA as an acronym is new, not Pan-Africanism. So just don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, brother.
You just said Pan-Africanism was something new.
No, I didn't. I said FBA. I said, but Pan-Africanism has been around since I was a Garveyite. So I think wait, hold on. I think it's disingenuous to frame an argument based on not really listening to say that I said that Pan-Africanism hasn't been around, and it was around before the time of Garvey. So basically, I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but we're not a monolithic people, and nor are we homogeneous in all of our ideas and choices and things that we choose to be associated and or affiliated with.
Isn't that what I just said? I just said
no.
I said no. There's this mindset in America. There's this myth in America that all black people are gonna get together and we gonna overcome the impression of the white folks, and we gonna end up Martin Luther King type stuff, right? We're gonna come together.
No,
we're all gonna let me finish. We're all gonna be having this brotherly bond based on blackness, and we gonna do all this stuff. I'm literally saying we're not gonna do that because black people are not monolithic. We're only monolithic in ignorance, right? But when it comes to positive things, when it comes to positive things, black people are nowhere near monolithic. We all have our own way we think things should be done to be successful. So when I'm talking, I'm speaking to the Pan-Africans, and I am speaking to the people who may not know anything about Pan-Africanism or what it is, the people who might truly want what I'm proposing, what I'm offering, and telling those people, look, you got somebody over here who not only is talking about it, but I'm living it every day in real time.
Well, again, what you're saying, even what you're saying is not new. I've been a part of many organizations. I was in the Nation of Islam. I was with the All African People's Revolutionary Party. I was with SNCC. I was in the Civil Rights Movement. What you're saying, I agree with. So even from the time of the civil rights movement, all people that were forging toward civil rights and voting rights didn't even agree. So I agree with you that we all are going to somehow join hands and we're going to be in one collective. I agree with you. But what you're saying is nothing new. And we wouldn't even be having this discussion if that was achievable.
It's 100% achievable. When you talk about
what organization? What organization and what body and what banner will we march under, or will the mission statement be under, if that's able to be accomplished? Tell me what that is.
Okay, so the first thing is the groups that you say you were a part of. These groups are just
at one time.
These groups are just led by con artists and
brother.
Wait a
minute, brother. You're not telling me nothing new.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
I want you to tell me about what your agenda is.
Hold on. You're getting beside yourself at this point.
No, I'm not.
This is my show. I let you speak. Now you shut up and let me talk. That's how that works.
So you think it's okay to tell your elder to just shut up, and that's how it works?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you gotta know when to shut up.
Okay.
I didn't say anything. That's respect.
Okay. Oh, yes, you did. You interrupted a couple of times. Yes, you did. Right, go ahead.
And then I
it's your platform.
I said, you know what? Let him talk. I said, let him talk.
Go ahead, bro.
Anyway, the stuff you talk about you were a part of was run by a bunch of con artists and grifters. So of course, when you got con artists running stuff, people are going to end up leaving those organizations and stuff with a bad taste in their mouth. What I understand, because I've learned from past movements and their utter failure, is
that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes, this is not going to be something that's going to be achieved through a centralized movement. How did the white man take over America? Initially, he didn't centralize. He basically told white people, hey, I found this new land. Go over there and see what you can get over there, and you could get rich. What did that do? That created motion. That created an influx of white people into America. Once the Pilgrims and the different people came over here, whooped up on the Indians' ass, carved out some space for them, later on, the white man came in and said, all right, now that y'all done took enough of this area and y'all done held it for long enough, we going to establish a government here and y'all going to fall under our thumb, right? So thinking you're going to walk in on day one, pin down a government somewhere and say, look at what we got and we're going to make this thrive is BS. The first thing you got to understand, hold on. The first thing you have to understand is because you're dealing with a group of people who have different opinions, they have different ideas, and they have different goals. You have to allow those people to go to the continent or go back and forth between America and the continent and figure out exactly what it is they want to do, what works and what doesn't work. Once those people figure that out and you identify what works and what doesn't work, then you come in and help facilitate them achieving whatever goal that they are trying to reach. That is how you build up Pan-Africanism. You're not going over there as a crowd of, you're not like Israelites leaving out of Egypt as 1 million people saying, we're going to find the promised land. No. We are very smart people. We know how to make a way where there's no way. Different people are talented in different areas. So what I tell people is this: go step foot on the continent. Surpass Marcus Garvey in that way. We live in such an incredible time that you can surpass many of the giants in Pan-Africanism just by taking a plane trip, just by picking up getting on the internet, right? And I'm not saying that as a diss to Marcus Garvey or a diss to anybody who paved the way for us. What I'm saying is this is the evolution of what they created. And I would think that if they saw what we were doing now, they would be very proud. Like, hell yeah, use that technology. Get on those planes and fly over there and touch down in these places and see where you could plant your flag. See where you could invest and make some money, where you can enrich people. And that's exactly what I do. I hire people in Africa. I have businesses there. I own property over there. My friend JP from the LP, he's in the comments right now. I just took my brother there for the second time. My brother's about to make a very big investment over there in the continent. This is what we're doing. We're actually doing the work. We're not just talking the talk.
Let me know when I can go.
Anytime you want.
No, I didn't want to interrupt you. It can't be anytime I want.
Oh, I thought you meant go to Africa, brother. Go ahead. You talk now.
No, I've been to Africa. I'm a 16-year. Hold on. I've been to Africa a couple of times. I'm a 16-year military combat veteran. You understand, bro? So don't make the assumption. Matter of fact, let me ask you, how old are you, bro?
39.
If you don't mind me asking. 39? Okay. My oldest son is 15 years older than you are. My oldest daughter is probably about 16 years older than you. So don't make the assumption that when you're talking about people, or when you're talking to people, you're talking to people that need to join something, and or people that don't know nothing about investing, especially in foreign countries or foreign currency. I've been out of the continental U.S. probably more times than I can count. I've been to Dubai. I've been to Beirut. I've been to Saudi Arabia. So I understand what you're trying to do as a young brother, but don't make the mistake and make the assumption just because you have some words or you're doing some investing under a capitalist system, somehow you're going to be the one that's going to break the barrier or break the sound barrier or break the so-called racial white supremacy barrier.
So what we're doing is we're not assuming anything. We're allowing.
No, you're talking as if you assume I haven't been out of the U.S.
I don't know you, right? I've been doing this long enough to not assume anything about anyone. I don't know you. What I'm saying is, if what I'm saying you don't like, okay, just do your own thing, go your own way. This is for the people who want to do that. On top of that, you went to Africa. That's fine. I've been a lot of places. We're not talking about just taking a trip. We're talking about investing and building for your own benefit, whether you want to call it the white man's capitalist system. I got my brother right here, Search for Uhuru. He got his business, his tours business, his hold on. His DNA, his whole lineage thing where he could get you citizenship, all that stuff. If you don't like what I do, you can go with bro and do that. That's your goal. Listen, okay, you can work with me. I'm more on the land investment. I also help people find like properties that they might want to buy. You want to start a business over there, I help people with that. If you don't like that, go work with O'Shea. We got a lot of Pan-Africans now who are younger, and we are actually doing work between the United States and the continent every single day. So like I said before, we are the evolution of Pan-Africanists. We really don't care about all that like political mumbo jumbo, the white man capitalist system, because last I checked, we all sit in America. We've all contributed.
Wait a minute, brother.
Wait a minute.
You brought up white first.
Wait a minute. You went to the military.
You brought up white first.
Wait a minute. You went to the military and put foot to ass for the furtherance of capitalism across the globe. You are just as much a part of capitalism as anybody else. And I don't think capitalism is even wrong. I don't think it's bad.
I don't think it is neither.
Okay, so we agree.
I don't think it is neither. But you pivoted on one of those questions that I asked you. You're the first one that brought up white, because you said white folks. You said that in your monologue. Am I right?
Right.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you believe there's such thing as a white race?
No, I believe there's a such thing as the human race.
Okay, then, so why did you say white?
Because I'm talking about black people who sell out, not even sell out, who are willing to do anything to gain what they believe is white acceptance. I'm not saying I'm not saying white people are bad at all. There is something that a lot of black people have.
I didn't ask you that.
No, wait a minute.
I asked you, do you believe white people exist?
Listen, one thing I'm going to do on this channel is I'm going to get my whole thought out. So let me finish what I got to say. There are black people who believe that if they sacrifice enough, they will gain this evasive acceptance of white people. Malcolm X talked about this in detail. People still operate based on that to this day.
I was alive at the time Malcolm X was.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is black people need to put down this false notion that somehow they're going to be able to endear themselves to whiteness if they sacrifice or give up or forfeit certain things. White people ain't even worried about black people at this point. There's
there
nothing
you go again.
They're not trying to give you anything. They're not trying to take nothing from you. What they're trying to do is build prosperity in this land that's called America. You should be.
And how long has that been?
Yourself.
How long? Okay. What makes you think I'm not? Because you said I should be. What
Never
makes you think I don't have an investment?
In general. I'm talking in general. I'm not talking about you.
So in general, I do have an investment portfolio. Well, second of all, I own 2 properties. And another thing I want to ask you, and another thing, do you believe there's such thing as a black race?
No, I don't believe that there's a such thing as a black race. I believe there's black people.
So if there's black people, there has to be a black race.
No, there doesn't. There's the human race. We're all Homo sapiens.
No, I just asked you.
Color.
Brother, I just asked you, do you believe there's such thing as a black race? Then you said, no, I believe there's what?
Black people.
Black people. So from a phenotype, genetic, mitochondrial DNA strand, if there's a black race, then there must be black DNA. There's no such evidence of a black race.
Everyone has
there is no such evidence of a black race.
There's
only. I agree with you. It's only the human race
comes from black people. We have every phenotypical characteristic there is. I'm not saying that there's. And you said, is there a black race? And I said, no. I said there are black people, dark-skinned people who share a similar ethnic background that we share.
I think what you're trying to say, they are highly melanated people based on the class. Based on the classification that Indo-Europeans use to classify as black, in general sense, can be considered or people would use as black. But if you say there's no such thing as a white race and there's only the human race, then there cannot be such thing as a black race.
I never.
But when you use that,
black race, I said no. I literally said no.
But then you double down. But then you doubled around again. You said there's black people.
The only thing.
Go back and listen to your archive.
The only difference between black, white, and anything else is our genes. The amount of them.
I know what the difference is. I'm wondering if you know what the difference is.
So when you say black people, yes, we come from a larger gene pool than white people. White people come from a larger gene pool than Indians. White people come from a larger gene pool than Asians. That's just genetic stuff. That's really the only thing that separates us.
Besides your investments and what you're doing on the Pan-African level, did you take chemistry, physiology, and biology?
Of course. Who didn't take that?
No. That's not a course to me, because you would be using terms, layman terms, the uninformed academic terms to explain DNA, mitochondrial DNA, phenotypes, and the molecular.
I am a layman. I took those things in school. I didn't major in those things. I didn't go in depth in those things. I did
okay.
And I got on.
Okay. I see. Okay. Yeah, all right, brother. Yeah. So I know who I'm talking to. So if I run across. Okay, let's look at political science. Okay, let's look at political science.
We're not doing this. We gotta let.
I bet we're not. I bet we.
If you come back in on another day, we can have an in-depth, but there's other people behind you.
No, brother. You already told me what you know, what you don't know. Have a good one, bro. Peace.
Oh, God. Okay, you have a nice one, too. Hey, man, that was one he couldn't win. Go ahead, Michelle. Hakeem, come back up.
That was an interesting exchange.
No, it's a typical conversation between an old person and a young person.
Yeah, that was a very interesting exchange, man.
Bro, you know how many conversations like that I've had in my life? Like too many, bro. It's circular. Those are called circular arguments. Mm-hmm. There's circular arguments that go nowhere. Dude, I talk about investing and all that stuff. Dude, cool. I didn't bash the guy or anything, but it's just like, if these dudes knew what to do, I was here when Malcolm X was you. That's not no damn bragging point. I'm looking at you sideways like, you should have had something built for us by now then.
A quick question. I went to the No Jumper, so I couldn't find the interview.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I'll put the link.
Thank you.
Okay. Go Hakeem, my brother, go ahead. Unmute your mic, Hakeem. You got a white screen. I don't know why. But you in. Unmute your mic if you're talking. But yeah, so this whole situation, I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, he's in. Unmute yourself, Hakeem. I know I didn't mute you. Hold on, let me see. Nah, he got to unmute himself. Okay. But anyway, yeah, that stuff is like circular, man. He's probably like a Tariq Nasheed supporter or something like that. But like I told you guys, it's always, we got to try to put down Pan-Africans. I'm not a Pan-African because I used to follow the Nation of Islam. Bro, dude, you were following a con artist. I used to follow this, all African people's. Yeah, you were following a bunch of grifters. That's like me saying, bro, that's like somebody giving you, have you ever had one of those little Debbie oatmeal cookies, Michelle? The ones with the little cream in the middle?
Yeah, really good. That's
right.
I mean,
they're okay, right? But let's say you bit into that. And okay, I'll give you a better example. Have you ever had store-bought sweet potato pie? Not the patty pie, the regular one, the nasty looking one.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's like eating that and be like, man, I tried sweet potato pie and I don't like it. You tried a horrible version of sweet potato pie and it tastes like crap. And now you're dismissing all sweet potato pie. But now if you try my grandma's sweet potato pie, you might love it and be like, this is the best thing I've ever had. Right, Michelle?
When it's homemade, most likely it's good. Is it me?
No, that was somebody else. But what I'm saying is, yes, exactly. And that's what these dudes do. They get in these organizations, they fall prey to con artists and grifters like Tariq, Louis Farrakhan, people like that. They have a bad experience. And they don't attack Nation of Islam. They don't attack the All African People's Revolutionary Party. They don't attack the other one with the weirdo, the con artist guy. I forgot. I think, who's that guy? You know what I'm talking about. I forgot his name. But any of these groups, they don't attack Tariq. They don't attack Umar. They like, no, we got to attack Pan-Africanism. Bro.
They attack Umar big time. People make challenges off it.
But I'm saying the people who follow these people, right? They don't attack the person who led them astray. They want to attack something that ain't got nothing to do with what they was following. What does the Nation of Islam have to do with Pan-Africanism? Nothing. But this guy was like, man, I've already been to that. I was in the Nation of Islam. Bro, they make it like this is all just one thing. And it's not one thing. It's different ideologies within the same people group, right? And that's what I try to tell like these people. Like, I don't look at Black people as a monolith. I don't look at our movements as monolithic or as having the same goal. I look at people who steal from people and take advantage of people by making them think that another ideology is like fundamentally opposed to what they're trying to do. Like Hebrew Israelites. One thing about Hebrew Israelites I'll give them is this. There are Pan-African people within the Hebrew Israelites, right? There are some Hebrew Israelites who got sense enough to understand, hey, dude, this ain't where we need to be. We need to be in Africa. Whether they think it's Israel, the promised land, whatever, they've arrived at a similar conclusion to Pan-African people, right? I can rock with those people. I could build with those people. That's fine. There's a lot of those dudes in Africa right now. What I can't get with is people who are like, man, I used to be a Baptist minister. And I don't believe in Jesus no more, so screw Pan-Africanism. What the hell does that have to do with Pan-Africanism? Like, you want to be an individual. And I think Pan-Africanism allows you your individuality. There's no like rank and file. You got to fall into this category. But just get up and do something. I can't tell Dynas how to be a Pan-African. I can't tell Umar Johnson how to be a Pan-African. All I can say is, man, the brother got something going, and that is awesome. And whatever he needs from me, I'll be there to help him. Afro Stink Tank, if he hit me up, hey, man, I need you to come to Nigeria to help me dig ditches. I mean, he might put me in one of them, but I would go help him. Like, dude, you going to pay for my ticket? I'll come out there and help you all fucking day, right? That's what we're built. That's how you build. Everybody getting something cracking. Everybody got their thing they're doing. And everybody being able to depend on. There's a guy who is on TikTok. Bro has a orphanage with 40 girls in it who were like victims of like rape or whatever. Bro is in Uganda. I told bro to reach out to O'Shea. Like, hey, O'Shea's in Uganda. You know, he might be able to help you out with some contributions. Bro's rich. You know, he be talking about how he's rich and all that. Hey, maybe bro will kick you down like $1,000 or whatever. That's Pan-Africanism. Someone's doing something in that area. I know somebody who's over there. Let me connect. I'm gonna send O'Shea bro's information on WhatsApp.
Hello.
I'm trying to connect people. That's Pan-Africanism. All this stuff where they trying to, all this other shit they showing you is all posturing and theatrics. Pan-Africanism is a quiet type thing where you just get shit done. Not all this this chest bumping and all this shit. And that's why people like Tariq Nasheed and these other dudes don't like it anymore, because it's no longer good. Hold on, Lady Luck. It's no longer good for grifting people out of money because there's too many real Pan-Africans now in the mix who are calling these people out. We did have people trying to get over on people. I don't know if you guys remember people like Art Cathy, people like that. We got those motherfuckers up out of Pan-Africanism, bro. Quasi Boyd and all. We ran those dudes out of here, and they're nowhere to be found now. Go ahead, Lady Luck.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm from the UK. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I think Pan-Africanist, I think that instead of we're doing this here and there all over Africa, which is a good thing, we need a country within Africa for all the people that is in the Americas and around who wants to get back home. And then we build our ideology and we set the example, because there's so much land. It's only 13% of Africa that is occupied. And I think that we should be doing what Marcus Garvey said, get our own country and set our own examples.
Well, the thing with that is during Marcus Garvey's time, I could understand that mindset, but Marcus Garvey was dealing with a different type of black person back then. Now you got Black America that has so many people who are just damn ignorant and crazy. Dude, if you put a country of nothing but Black Americans in Africa, it would be looking
I'm
like
not talking about America. When I say Americas, I'm talking like Brazil, Jamaica, anyone. I'm not talking America Pacific. I'm saying that I don't want people who don't want to be there. You know, I'm not trying to convince anyone at this stage. Anyone that wants to come here and have the ideology, because it's an ideology of to get to Africa. And then you must remember that Black America and Black people, especially in Jamaica, are highly educated. And we can go over there and set an example for the rest of the continent. We can't just go in every country doing bits and pieces. We need to go in there as a country and build, and then even be selfish. And if who don't want to come, if Umar Johnson, not Umar Johnson, I like Umar Johnson, I mean Tariq, I think he's an agent myself. And if you go back in the past, the things that he's saying about other Black people, that's what they were saying about Marcus Garvey, that he came from the islands and all sorts of rubbish. So he's an agent. Because there is a lot of people, I don't know if you know about the Jimmy Carter program with Kissinger, that they don't want Black people around the world communicating. I don't know if you know about that. So they know that unity is power. I'm not arguing with these people at this stage. That man that you were going into and arguing with him, leave him alone. If he don't believe in Pan-Africanism, so what? There is millions that do. We need to have a country, go share a land, and then we build from there. We can't just be in different countries. And, you know, we need a country of our own. And I'm not talking Black Americans. I'm talking people that believe in it strongly. In Jamaica, Barbados, or Trinidad, or Brazil, if they're Pan-Africanists, we need a homeland, and then we build from there.
I mean, I understand where you're going, and I'm not saying that that's something that's totally impossible, but I call that like a long-term goal. versus
I don't think it's a long-term goal. I feel that if we sit down, because listen, let me tell you something. A lot of things they keep saying, "Oh, we're not unified." Jamaica was in problems, big problems, and they lied that Jamaica owe a lot of money. And I don't know if you know it, that Nigeria stepped in, and Venezuela as well. I think that Chavez, I don't know if it was him, and they gave Jamaica a ton of oil to pay all these countries that were lying because they wanted to anchor some parts of Jamaica. So we're very unified. And I don't know if you don't know that we also, the Garvey movement, we were the one that turned the war around when they went into Abyssinia and fought Mussolini, and today they're in Ethiopia. They have given Jamaican land, but it wasn't only Jamaicans. As Black Americans went down, I think 155,000 of us went down there. So we're not just a talking shop; we do action, right? I don't know if you know about that, because there is land that the Ethiopians donated, and Jamaicans still live there to this day. And when Israel wanted to stop it, the Ethiopians said never. They're never going to remove it. They're never going to let it go. So we are not just a talking shop. And if we keep thinking, oh, this is a long term, yes, it's long term, and we think about it. We got a lot of educated people, put them on the database. And I'm not arguing with people like Tariq. Let them stay in America. Let them want to be America. If you can't even walk down the street, even in England, you can't walk down the street without them harassing you. If they had guns in the UK, if the police had guns in the UK, you would have heard of a higher level of shooting over here, because black men are more incarcerated in the UK than in America. And a lot of these guys now, they're mixed race. So even if you mix with them, they still consider you black. So I'm saying to you, I'm not going around. If these people don't want to believe in Pan-Africanism, I'm not going to convince them. That's their business. But I feel that the foundation of Pan-Africanism, you need a land, you need a country. You can't be just in Uganda and in Ghana and all that. Very nice of Ghana. We need a land. There is a lot of land in Africa. And then we have so much educated and talented people. We can build and we can start our own country. And that's what a lot of these people fear. That's what they fear.
Yeah, I think with the situation, hold on real quick. Yeah, I think with that one, we'll have to sit down and talk about that, because there's some people who don't want to have their own country.
No, let me tell you something. What hurt me? No, what hurt me most is when I speak to Black Americans and I'm hearing them talk. They say, "Well, the Jamaicans have somewhere to go. We have nowhere to go." I'm not saying that you're going to pick up and go. It could be. I'm just saying that let me tell you how the situation will be.
Just wait a minute. Wait a minute. The thing with what I think would be best is, I think people should go back to their ancestral homeland. Do your DNA, find out where you're from, go back to that place if you want to, or find a place. This idea, like, I get what you're saying, but the idea that you're just gonna create a country in the middle of a bunch of other countries, you would really have to walk me like through that and tell me wait a minute, where that's gonna happen, who's gonna be down with that, and who's willing to concede land over to a whole nation of people. You see the situation in Palestine right now, well, in Israel right now. A lot of people look at that situation as kind of like a cautionary tale to not do stuff like that. So
those people are not from that region. That's why. That's the problem. They're not from that region. We are. No, I don't agree with that. I don't think it's the same comparison.
I'll let you talk. You have to listen. First and foremost, you can't build shit if you don't want to listen. What I'm telling you is, we know they're not from that region. We know that, but those people were welcomed in with open arms by the people of that region, and it went all bad for them. So when people look at those situations, they say, damn, maybe we shouldn't do something like that because it could go left, right? I get what you're saying. You would just have to tell me where we're going to build this nation. Who is it going to comprise of? You need military. You need a lot of different stuff. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm never going to say that. I'm just saying, also, when you talk about Jamaica, like, yeah, Jamaicans are smart, but why they ain't making Jamaica better than if they're that intelligent? They got a country that's all black. Like, that's what I don't understand. Jamaicans are in a black country. Why they want to leave their country and go build another country? Like, y'all got a country already.
I can assure you that where I come from, we are the Maroons, okay? We are looking that we just see Jamaica as a plantation. We don't pay tax. My mother family are the Maroons. They fought the British. They're looking to go back home, and they can even speak the language of where they came from. They're not even looking at Jamaica as their homeland. And that was passed down to me. I was a Garvey, and even before Garvey, there was the Maroons. We fought the English, and we kept going in. And I believe Tariq was saying that there is some Maroons also in America. They don't tell the true story that it was not sustainable slavery in America or Jamaica.
Please don't listen to Tariq.
But I'm just saying that I'm not lying. I'm from St. Thomas.
No,
if you go to the
Tariq
mountains,
about history. I don't know.
Okay.
I've never even heard of no Maroons in America, bro.
I'm just saying that I come from the Maroons, and we don't look at Jamaica as somewhere to settle forever. We want to get back home. That's how we look. Probably it might be Jamaicans that started, because that's how we think. And I'm just saying, it's not that hard or it's impossible. We have people, especially in America, they do not want Black Americans leaving. And I know why. I don't want to get into it too heavily. Especially the Jewish community, they do not want Black people leaving because they don't want to be the new Black people when we leave. And they're the ones that expel Garvey. They're the ones that keep creating organization that is toothless and do not have any economics behind it. Because if you're going to live in a capitalistic country and you're going to build organizations that is only politically based, Asian people don't care about America political base. They care about the economics. So this is what they do. They don't let Black people create their own movements, and you're not allowed to.
Who does
so they
that?
just. I'm just saying to you that the Jewish community control all Black American movements. Yes, they do. Black Lives Matter is George Soros.
Black Lives Matter is a bunch
and
of
the liberal and the liberal.
There's one thing you can't tell me about. You cannot tell me about Black Americans. I am Black American. Been Black American my whole life. I can't tell you shit about.
I know
Maroons.
who financed.
Wait a minute.
I'm a Maroon.
Wait a minute.
I am a Maroon.
I can't tell you nothing about Maroons. You can't tell me nothing about Black Americans. Black Americans are not getting used and manipulated.
I'm not asking. I'm not asking. Okay.
You gotta wait. Black Americans are not getting used and manipulated by nobody. Black Americans are doing exactly what they want to do for their personal gain.
So who control rap music?
Well, listen. Who control listen, Black people control rap music.
No, they don't. It's control and own. Who own the companies? Who own the record companies?
Listen, ma'am.
Name me a Black American that own a rap company, and it's a pipeline to the prison.
You're not thinking these.
Let me explain. Who owns rap music?
Wait a minute. You're not thinking these things through. You're thinking from the position of being oppressed, and the reality is, music is just like any other commodity. It's all based on supply and demand. If Black people wanted to listen to classical music and listen to Mozart, that is what these record companies would be marketing. Black people like to listen to rappers who talk about killing other Black people. You want me to tell you how I know that's for a fact? The record companies are not making Black people click on little Uzi on freaking YouTube.
I was 5 years old, dear. I was 5 years. I went to Public Enemy concert in Wembley, and he wasn't talking about killing.
We're gonna stay focused. When you go on streaming sites, the record company is not saying, "Hey, you gotta listen to Playboy Cardi and these other dudes who are talking about."
I'm not talking about that rap music. I'm talking about conscious rap, like Public Enemy, that don't talk about the N-word or killing anyone.
What I'm telling you is that when Public Enemy was out, there were people who were talking about killing and selling dope. And
was Public Enemy singing that? Was Public Enemy themselves singing that?
Hold on.
Griffins talked about them controlling the music.
Hold on. Public Enemy was talking about one thing, but there were people talking about other things. Black people embraced the people talking about killing.
No, they did not. They were cancelled. They were removed. I was around. I'm older than you.
Listen,
they were removed.
Hold on real quick.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Hold on real quick, Bandit. Listen, before rap music came about, gangsters were listening to oldies, songs about love and all that stuff. When rappers started talking about the gang experience, drug life, selling drugs, shooting people that were rivals and stuff, gang members and other people started to embrace that because they felt like it was telling their story. You can go back and look at all the interviews. You can go, I'm from the West Coast, where the West Coast rap was birthed. These dudes said we embraced it because they were like telling our story. They were telling about our experiences. That's why songs like Fuck the Police were like a gazillion times platinum. Because
who owned NWA? Who owned NWA? He's the man who owned NWA, the manager that created gangster rap, and he was a Jewish guy. And when Griffin, yes, he did. He controlled the
sister, please listen for a minute. You cannot interrupt the host.
You know what? I'm going.
Can I respond to that?
I'm going. Bye.
Yeah. So this is what I tell y'all. These people will come on like, let's build a nation. Let's do all this stuff. But everything they're doing is from a victim mindset. And, oh, the Jew is controlling me and this person is controlling me. You have to take accountability for what you're doing. Ain't no Jewish person sitting on your shoulder every time you wake up in the morning as a fucking Jiminy Cricket telling you what to do. You're choosing. I used to listen to gangster rap. I used to listen to all types of stuff. I still do. But guess what? A Jewish person didn't market jazz music to me. How did I develop a love of jazz music? I started listening to it and said, oh, I like that song. And I kept listening what I want to. Just the way a person's musical ear evolves over time shows you that no one is controlling what you consume. You are choosing what you consume based on your lived experience. When I was young and I was mad at the world and I was ready to fight people and I was like, I wish a motherfucker would, I'll beat his ass. I was listening to DMX. Why? Because that's what DMX talked about. That's what got me pumped. That's what got me hyped. That's what I responded to. I was ready to just bust a dude in his face if he disrespected me, right? So I listened to a rapper who talked about that. Ain't never met a Jew in my life. If the Jew never introduced me to, if I never saw DMX on TV, right? If someone would have said, hey, bro, listen to this DMX tape, and I never heard, and I heard and I liked it, that's how I found out. My friend told me about it, not a Jewish person. But reality, a Jewish person promotes whatever they see people responding to. It's like you're selling hamburgers. If the demand for if you're selling hamburgers, but the demand is greater for burritos, you're going to start selling burritos, right? That's why in LA, it's a burrito stand on every corner, not a hamburger stand on every corner, a burrito stand, because the demand for a burrito is bigger than the demand for a hamburger, so to speak. It's all about supply and demand. They're giving you what you wanted. If tomorrow you said, I'm listening to nothing but jazz or classical music, those same Jews would be like, man, we need to sign some jazz artists. We need to go get freaking Kenny G or something like that. It's all about supply and demand, bro. Black people created rap, right? And we also created gangster rap. All Jewish people did was come in and say, hey, I could help your music reach more people who may respond to it. That's all they did. But we love to blame other people for the bullshit we started. And I'm not accepting that. If you don't want gangster rap in your community, your kids killing each other, guess what? Simply play something else when they're riding the car. My daughter likes Billie Eilish and all that crap. She ain't really worried about no gangster rap. Why? Because guess what? In her home, we ain't blasting gangster rap. You know who marketed gangster rap to you? Your mom and your dad when you was rolling in the car. Whatever they played, 9 times out of 10, that is what you ended up getting into. Go ahead, Ra.
Yes, my full out brother. How you doing tonight?
What up, brother?
Hey, listen, this woman is very cringy in her take. You know, like she mentioned that she wanted like us in the diaspora, you know, Afro-American, Haitians, Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latinos, all included, to have our own nation in Africa. My take on this is no, I would not agree to that. Period, point blank. If we are of the diaspora and want to go back to Africa, we must first know like which ethnic group in Africa our ancestors came from. And then we must first assimilate with those tribes that we came from, learn the culture, learn the language, and then be with these people, learn their ways. We cannot bring our ways from the diaspora to them and say that we want to have our own nations. They're not gonna give us. No country in Africa would ever allow this. This is not Liberia. This is not Sierra Leone. So I don't know what she was talking about when she mentioned that. I'm completely against that. That's mainly why I called, just to talk to her, just to talk to her about it, so that she can change her mind. But she's very disruptive. You know, she's not willing to listen to what you're saying. And yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to say. I'm not gonna stay too long. Yeah, go ahead.
What you have to understand is that there are a lot of people who have like emotional instability, mental illness, and stuff like that. And movements like Pan-Africanism oftentimes become like a safe haven for people like that, because no matter how crazy and deranged you sound, or how nonsensical your assertions may be, Black people will always say, let the person talk, and that person has a point, instead of just acknowledging there's something going on with this lady, and maybe the elevator is not going all the way up to the top. At the end of the day, no, Jewish people didn't create O Block. Jewish people didn't create 20 Crip. Jewish people didn't create Insane Crip. Even if the white man brought dope in the community, he didn't light the pipe and force it in your mouth and make you smoke it. Black people are going to go nowhere as long as we keep trying to blame people for things that we chose to do, right? There's a lot of independent Black artists. Ain't no Jewish person over them. Like Master P, he was independent. Did a Jewish person force him to talk about selling dope and distribute that music among his community? No, he chose to do that because he felt like what? He was telling his story. And that's what music is, people's life experiences. Rap ain't no different from country music, other than the experience that the people in rap are communicating is overwhelmingly negative, right? Look at E40, another independent rapper. Mac Dre, another independent rapper. There's no difference between them and the NWA. NWA was telling their story. This is the difference. A Jewish guy liked what he heard from them better than what he heard from the other guys, and say, hey guys, I could help you get your message out to the masses. That's all.
Don't forget Too Short.
Too Short,
Brandon.
Yeah, Too Short too. It's all about distribution. Only thing Jewish people do is market and distribute. Black people are the creators. Every rapper, I used to rap, guys. Every rapper has a rhyme book that he uses. No Jewish person was sitting in a room with him when he was writing his rhymes about the shit that he experienced. Okay, when LL Cool J wrote the song "I Need Love" or whatever, right? Round the Way Girl. He's talking about his experience. Can't no Jewish person come and infuse an experience into your mind. Y'all give these people way more power than they actually have. They just come and say, I love your music. I can help you market it and get it to more people to grow your fame. And now that you have streaming sites, guess what? These artists don't even need Jewish people anymore. They're like, nah, I can market my own music on YouTube or whatever, build a fan base. They could go look at me on streaming. I look at where they're listening to me the most, and then I do a concert there. The record label is getting phased out of music. So how can someone get phased out of something that they created? You can't. You created it. No, they just saw it. They invested in it. They were investors in it. We were the creators of the shit. But go ahead, Black Canadian. Go ahead. Then we go on to Brandon.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
How's it going, man?
Very good.
So wait, so now we're blaming the Jews for drill music?
Man, just ridiculous.
We're blaming the Jews for Southside Chicago, for West Side Baltimore. Like,
man,
what the fuck?
Jews is pulling the trigger in the hood. They in the hood running up on ops, bro.
Bro, no one put a gun to Chief Keef's head. No one forced him to like put out all those rap videos with the guns and the drugs. Like, come on. Oh man.
Yeah.
That woman was crazy, man. She was making no sense whatsoever. I was like,
yeah, man. I don't like when Black people do that. It's the Jew, because what it's doing is it gives you a scapegoat. It tells you you're not responsible for you. Oh, Black Lives Matter was funded by the Jews. George Soros didn't force Patrice Cullors to take that money. And when she got that 90 million, George Soros didn't help her spend the shit either.
Dog, niggas do not want to take responsibility for their fucking actions. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Always got to blame somebody.
Man, if I said some shit like that, Jewish people, man, my daughter would be looking at me like, Dad, are you like okay? Are you sick? Like, no one's making you do anything. Jewish people just saw opportunity to make money off your shit and they took advantage of it.
Exactly. Business 101.
Bro, we was doing, man, they was doing hip house parties, bro. Cool Herc and them doing dances and all that. Not a Jewish person in sight. But there was a Jewish person with some money who was like, bro, I really like this music. I think that this is something we could really market to more people. And then they came and made the offers. Hey, bro, I'll give you this much money. Make an album and I'll go try to sell it. It's literally economics 101, bro.
No, exactly.
Literally economics 101.
And
the music is just a product.
Yeah, there's a lot of black executives now too. So it's like,
man, bro, ain't no Jewish person chopped up a brick, my nigga, like that. You know what I'm saying? You write a song about chopping up a brick. Jewish person didn't make you write that, dude. You had already, a lot of these rappers have already written this stuff. Look at like Tupac, prime example. When Tupac died, right?
Oh my God, Tupac was a fake thug. He was
a fake thug, 100%, 100% a fake thug. But look, Tupac has so many. He was an actor. He went to Juilliard, so he knew how to. He basically acted a fucking role, and it ended up costing him his life. But this is the thing: Tupac has so much stuff written down that they continue to release music after he died for like 10 to 15 years after he died. Oh, yeah. Did a Jewish person make him write all that stuff? No, he already had written that or got it written for him, which a lot of people say, and he just hadn't put it, like he hadn't recorded it and everything, but he just hadn't put it out. There's no secret Jewish person saying, yeah, man, why don't you write in this line? I rolled up on the op and I split his face. There's no one doing that.
No, exactly.
The Jews made Tupac act like a thug. No, Tupac's desire for fame and stardom and seeing what black people responded to made him act like a thug.
Exactly. It's all about the money.
Yeah. Tupac saw what, if you look at Tupac was the perfect mixture of everything Negroes respond to. He was a thug. He was a revolutionary. He was rich. He drank and smoked and partied all damn day. In the white person's in the black community in the hood, that Tupac is basically a superhero. He has all the vices and all the virtues that black people respond to. He was a created character. That's it. Nah,
for real.
Yeah.
For real.
King Shenard, I'm a tap dancer. Hey, shout out to my boy Free Game for the $5 holler in the Cash app. Guys, it's still not too late to contribute to the strizzy. But yeah, man, I ain't having no white blame no Jewish man hour up here because it's easy to do. That shit is so easy to do. That's why everyone does it. I want personal accountability hour. I want something that's actually going to yield results for us. And I'm telling you, if you're smart, when you hear people saying shit like that, you should just shut them down because honestly, it's doing nothing.
No, I always do. The only way we're going to move forward is taking personal accountability. That's it. We can't build our communities without it.
Somebody told me, admit you were wrong about Abraham Traore being a dictator. When Abraham Traore has a fucking election, a democratic election, I'll admit I was wrong. At this point, he's a liar. He said he was going to do away last year in July.
Who cares about that? He built that gold refinery. He also built that tomato factory. Like, come on. Who cares about? I don't care if you're a dictator or not, man.
Democratic elections. If he's as good as you say he is, the people will vote him into power.
Who gives a fuck about that?
I do.
Country.
I do.
Oh my! Why does it matter?
It matters because a lot of times when you hear people doing stuff, they got people that they're taking advantage of, exploiting, torturing, and all that you're not hearing about.
So far he is like, yo, I can speak French. Like I watch French media. Like so far, he's doing pretty good.
People voted him in what elections, man? Stop, man. Come on, y'all sound crazy.
Okay, but tell me something. What is he doing wrong? Like, what do you see so far?
Because so far, there's a blackout over there. No, there's
no blackout, bro. You just don't speak French. Like, that's the reason you don't hear it.
They translate French to English.
No, not everything, bro. Like,
why doesn't he just have the elections then?
because they're in a state of war. Like at this point, half the country is not even under the government's control.
Yeah, I heard he's actually losing more people than they were losing before the French left.
I mean, according to Western media, I'm not sure how.
Look, I'm not worried about according to Western media, bro. If he was the answer, get the radical Islamic extremists out of there, bro. Since you bit off, you took on that job, now deliver what you promised.
Takes time, man.
Okay, and I'm waiting. Now you haven't heard me bashing him. Have you heard me bashing him?
You were before.
Okay, and I stopped and I said I'm gonna give him a chance. Okay, do you remember that?
No, you did.
Okay, so I'm giving him a chance. So let me wait and see, and y'all can freaking glaze this dude while I'm waiting and to see.
Oh my god! All right,
Vanessa, go ahead.
Hello.
What up?
Hey, what's the deal? Happy New Year.
Happy Valentine's Day, cutie.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Let me make Vanessa's picture big so she can get a Valentine.
To you and your family, and congratulations on the new move and the new home. It looks beautiful.
Dude, listen, I did not move. I'm at the studio right now, bro. I'll just be playing when I be saying that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. But still, we definitely thinking positive vibes on that.
Positive.
But, my first and foremost, Maxine Waters is a lowlife.
Oh my god.
Plantation pet lowlife. Yeah. And
a mammy. If there ever was
a severe plantation mammy lowlife. Mm-hmm. And because I just seen the picture, so I had to put that.
Have you been to this lady? You haven't been to LA before, huh?
No, not yet.
If you come to LA, bro, I will personally take you to this woman's district. It is a shit hole, like so bad. She doesn't even live in her district, bro. She has a little old house that she says is her residence. She's never even been there, I don't think. In her whole, she's been in office 30 years. She's been in office 30 years, and since she was put in office, her district has totally deteriorated.
Mm-hmm. I could tell her. Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, you know, they're low lives from the Democrat plantation. And yeah, they're going to hell, and they're basically eating Joe Biden's doo-doo at this point. But real quick, I wanted to just say a few things. Certain things about Black people we need to have more maturity on. Accountability, yes. And on top of that, to leave a lot of our emotions out, because we do get too emotional when we want to talk about ways and topics and solutions on our collective freedom, not just individual freedom, but collectively, you know. So one thing I did want to say is, yeah, as a Black woman growing up in the Garvey movement myself, our whole goal was to, you know, get our own nation, because we're not in our own nation. Basically, we're in another person's nation. We're citizens of another person's nation, but we wanted to be citizens of our own nation. That was the goal in Garvey's time. But now in 2025, yes, things are updated and are moving faster in a more economic and national ways. Like each country in the world right now, they have their own governments, they have their own military, their own economics, banking systems, and you know, their way of culture within their territory or within their country, right? So, you know, longing for that to be for Black Americans in this country has been overdue. We have to acknowledge that we betrayed the movements first that wanted us to get to those goals. And those goals just didn't start with Marcus Garvey, Martin Delany, and we can go all the way back to others who wanted to have our own nation as well. So that starts with a political vote. I believe the Republic of New Africa started that, where we had to do a referendum where whoever wants to stay, they can vote to stay here and build something here. And when we say build something here in the United States, you have to formulate your delegation, formulate your government here, and take it seriously outside of the Democrat and Republican Party, and make sure that you have these right representatives and people to establish that delegation, so that way you guys can move forward here. For those who want to stay, for those who want to move abroad, we need to vote on that as well. Who wants to go abroad and be that pioneer to start off that new nation over there, whether it be a continuation of Liberia, because it is set in Liberia that is a nation state that we can go to, as well as Sierra Leone and other African nations as well. Because they did have the 400-year of return, regardless whether people think it's a money grab or not. They are inviting us to come back home, whether, however people feel about it, that is, we have the right as African people to come home. And whoever denies us that right, that should be a shame on you as a Black person in America. We're sitting up here nationalists. We're trying to come up with solutions to be a free and better people. For you to deny us that chance to even have something on the continent, that should be expressed as well. I think it should be a vote where we should vote on it. Who wants to go, who doesn't want to go. And the people that do want to go, we collectively get together, start that GoFundMe, start that delegation, and go forth and go beyond. The ones that stay here. Now, this is the FBA real quick. Now, this is to the FBA and all the ideologies here that want to stay here. Listen, I really don't have the one solution for those people who want to stay here. But what I will say is, if you want to stay here, then worry about staying here. Stop worrying about the ones that do want to go back to Africa and be Black nationalists or Pan-Africanists that want to go back. Let us go back and do our thing. Your focus is staying in this country, right? That's owned by white people. They have their constitution written by their founding fathers. I live in 17/6. I could walk down to see the Constitution every day, the Ben Franklin statue. This is not your country. You're going to have to reorganize your strategy on how you want to live here, stay here, have your citizenship and credentials. And mind you, like I said, as we have to realize too, it's a difference between religion, political parties, ideology, and culture. They're all not with the Democrat Party. See, FBA is Democrat. The Moors and all that Hebrew nigga like shit that's all Democrat with the left. Socialism, all of that shit is with the left. You have to get out of that leftist mindset. If you're going to stay here, you need to be an independent Black united front in this country. Wherever state you may be, have your delegation, have your list of demands on what you need as African American people here. Stop trying to run away from that African American shit, because when you do, you want to set yourself up for failure. Why would you want to set yourself up for failure when you just seen over the past 10 years the Mexicans came over here, and any Hispanic from south of the border crawled over here with drugs, Goya food, money, guns, and sex trafficking, came over here illegally, bust a move, got free welfare, free Section 8, free all of this stuff in all of those major cities like Chicago, New York, and all these other places, right? And they opened up their own stores at the same time, while you still here worrying about reparations and worried about Democrat Biden and Donald Trump. Y'all need to grow the fuck up and have some political stance outside of the religion too. I don't want to hear shit about the Nation of Islam and Hebrew Israelite, and I'm gonna add ADOS and all of that shit. That shit has nothing to do with Donald Trump is in that office right now, and he has the power and the executive power, the stroke of a pen, to say we can organize something for Black people right now. But y'all too pussy and too scared to go up there and face him as a real man on the planet. You came from the original man, and now you acting like a bitch, and you can't go up to President Trump and ask him for the things that y'all need. This is why we can't respect you. How can any female respect you as the Black woman? I can't respect that. I cannot respect it.
We literally literally humiliate ourselves talking straight nonsense than to just go sit down and have a conversation with the people who are in charge of the country right now. Like, I don't understand. It's like Garvey said, where are your men of big affairs? We don't got a single Black man in America. We couldn't get 10 Black men in America to go sit in a room with Donald Trump and negotiate something for us, right? Because if they did that, it would basically be like suicide to those people. Like, they'll lose their ability to take care of their family. They'll be ostracized by our community. And I just think in my mind, like, y'all not even negotiating with Joe Biden. So when Democrats get elected, y'all don't negotiate with
4
them.
years went past, Joe Biden ain't give him a lick. He ain't do shit for none of them. And then in the end, you know, he had the audacity to pardon Marcus Garvey. How you going? Marcus Garvey wasn't even a criminal. How you going to pardon somebody that wasn't a criminal? That's a slap. And
why didn't you exonerate him?
Yeah, like you supposed to exonerate this man and fuck all of that. Give us our fucking that money back and the ships back to the UNIA that they stole all the money, confiscated the ships, even though the ships may be old. All right, give us some new ships, and so we can go to fuck back and give us the money back that y'all stole, fucking with the niggas who betrayed Marcus Garvey. See, we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about the plantation mutts who wanted to stay here and be under the white man's dick when President Lincoln said, go to Liberia, right? And I'm not just harping on Liberia right now, but I'm just telling you history and facts. He said, go to Liberia, you'll be respected. He said, we're not going to respect you here. We're going to give you a hard time. They told us no boss. We want to stay here and work the land. And guess what happened? You've been lynched. You know what I mean? Red line hung all across the country and shit, segregated. You wasn't allowed and shit. They treated you like dog shit in the 50 states of America that you claim we was already here and we built the country. Well, if you built the shit, why the fuck your dumbass ain't build a wall to keep the spics out? Because you didn't build the shit, nigga. Picking cotton doesn't relate to building nothing. Being a slave on the plantation, all right, doing a few little things for master is not building a nation. You know, the first capital was Philadelphia. It's so much knowledge over here that I'm living in. I'm seeing it every single day of how a nation was created, how the nation was formulated. As far as we talking about the white system of their constitution, their bank, the first banks was instituted here, the first law firms, a whole lot of things was institutionalized here. But instead of you want to copy the white man and get your own house. Don't try to dictate to what he's supposed to do on his shit and say, oh, you don't like this and you don't like that because Donald Trump is president and the right wingers is in charge and he not having that shit. All of that Democrat shit that y'all was sliding on, that shit is over, my nigga. Y'all gotta grow the fuck up and tighten up because it's about to be a glorious 4 years. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, let me read this real quick. Somebody said you are straight lying about ADOS supporting Dems. ADOS has never promoted the Dems. Check out what down ballot voting means. Need to stop lying.
That's a goddamn lie.
Yvette Carnell said we're gonna vote down ballot.
Down ballot for Democrats. That means y'all niggas are Democrats.
Right. These people are so dumb.
Y'all this is retarded. That's why y'all don't need to vote no more. Let me see your voter ID, bitch.
These people are so dumb, bro. That's all ADOS ever supported was Democrats. When they did the ADOS conference, they only invited Democrats to come speak. And every Democrat told them, I'm not going to give you reparations. But guys, I got to get out of here. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm going to catch the last part of my daughter.
All right, peace on to the next one.
Hey, thank you, my sister. I appreciate you coming on and giving us the knowledge like only you can. Have fun down in Philly. And when I come to Philly, man, you better take me to get the best Philly cheesesteak. And when you gonna come to LA, man? When you gonna come to LA so I could take you for a ride through Maxine Waters district?
This summer. So I'm down for it. But
yeah, come through.
And peace. Have a good night.
Peace. Have a good one. But guys, listen. Thank y'all so much for watching this. I appreciate everything you do for me in this channel. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back with you tomorrow. Thank y'all so much. Until the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly,